All right, guys, Eric Paul's in here. Going to give you guys the round 2 showdown picks here. We're also going to give you that round 1 reaction, so let's get right into it. All right, guys, so just kind of recapping round 1. So round 1, we did see a lot of potential carnage here so far, whether that's Xander +4 right now, Rory, he's most likely not going to make the cut, and then Tony Finau. I was a little bit shocked that Tony Finau ended up being as chalky as he was. He was at a price point where, you know, there's a lot of quality plays, and to me, I had him as like the 5th best in that price point range, so it's kind of strange for me to see that he was chalk, you know, kind of struggling course history rise. Really only one good result here in the last 4 years, 5 years really, if you include 2020 as well, where he's struggling in the first round. So that was kind of strange to me to see him that high owned. But then you got some other players, obviously, like Patrick Cantlay, kind of on the border +2. Xander really struggling. Some of the other high name guys like Rory as well, but just interesting in general for that ownership. Like Jason Kokrak was an easy plug and play at his price point. He was like the standout play below 8K. Maybe people are just overthinking it a little bit too much. I struggled to see why he wasn't chalk. You know, to me, I really thought he was going to be like 20% owned in cash and GPPs because, you know, just checking all the boxes, we didn't have a reason to fade him. And maybe that's why people didn't play him, because they've been getting burned by not having a reason to fade someone. I don't know. It was just strange to me that he wasn't higher owned, but hey, good on us for that. But we'll just look it over. So we can kind of see some of the players that we're on are doing well. Sergio, he was the last player out of my player pool. I kind of discussed that on the Discord chat. I didn't feel great about it, and that's coming to bite me right now. But Brian Harman, you know, one of the top value plays on the slate, he's doing well. Corey Connors, high exposure play, he's doing well. Bryson and all right, so pretty much the 2 players I faded here, Bryson and Fitzpatrick on the fades video, and that's why this week it was kind of like, it's not really truly fades. They're just players I didn't end up on given their price points. That's kind of why I don't like doing that content, but I think I'll do it next week for you guys where it actually will be a factor. But we're seeing a lot of oh, real quick as well. Freaking Steve Stricker. I'm so mad I couldn't roster him. Like, what is that? Come on. It sucks. But cool story. Justin Rose withdrew this morning. I guess Steve Stricker had to get on a plane in order to make this tee time. Honestly, though, he's been in good recent form. 3 straight made cuts on tour, including that top 5 finish at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. But we can see, you know, this is a week where let's just look at the top 20 in the model. Let's see how they're doing. Kind of spread out. I mean, between Xander struggling, I do think Berger, I think Cantlay, I think they're going to make the cut. Scotty Scheffler, you know, he's a GPP only play. And then you got Neiman, DJ kind of struggling there. Cameron Tringale, great price points. He should make the cut. Chris Kirk, hopefully he finishes his round out and goes low tomorrow. You know, he's fine. Overall, not too bad as long as like Cantlay and DJ or Daniel Berger make the cut. I do see Xander potentially making the cut. You know, he struggled in round 1. Definitely expect him to regress back in round 2. He could be a player that you guys end up on a decent amount. Pretty strong in round 2 scoring as well. Top 30 in the field. You know, that's not bad at all. And then DJ, you expect to play better. Neiman, you expect to play better. Overall, you know, those top 20, not doing bad. They could be doing better. I really feel like there's going to be an explosion round here in round 2. And then just kind of looking over the top 20 stat fits, see if there's any differences there. Let's see. So obviously going to be a little bit hit or miss there with that. Kind of what we're seeing there. You know, top 20 stat fits. Corey Connors, 21st in the model. I end up on as the high exposure play, but we can see a little bit more upside there with the stat fit, but that's kind of why we encompass the whole thing. But let's just talk about the round 2 showdown picks here, and then we'll get into players that could potentially, you know, have a strong likelihood to win after round 1. Last week we were on Bryson there. He was the 3rd rated player to win after round 1 last week. So, you know, we can take a look at that as well. There we go. All right, let's sort it by most likely to play well in round 2. And I do think we should favor the tee times. So take it with a grain of salt. You know, you want to favor that morning tee time, I do believe. But, you know, you can start off with Cal Morikawa. You can start off with Bryson. You know, that's a good start. Victor Hovland got that 2 penalty stroke. What was it? He like moved the ball without putting his marker down. I think he's done that twice now as well. Maybe I would have to double check that, but you know, it kind of sucked honestly because -2 to even par. That's a huge jump this week. I think we can expect JT to play better. You know, with JT, it's just a matter of when he settles in. He settled in after the front nine. The front nine was looking like it could be a miscut. Settled in there pretty well. We'll be going with Jason Kokrak. I like him a ton. You can go back to Brian Harmon. No, it's not bad. Patton Kazire playing well. He's a good stat fit, so don't be shocked if he plays well. But for me, I'm probably looking at Colin Morikawa, Bryson, kind of favoring that tee time advantage, and then Jason Kokrak. But let's look at some players here that, you know, aren't exactly playing well, that are due to have a much better round. We'll just do it by top 16, see how much that changes it. So we don't want players that are playing well. Let's see who can play a little bit better. All right, we'll do top 21 then. All right, there we go. Changed it a little bit there. So someone like Joaquin Niemann, most likely going to play better here, guys. You know, rated out well, 60th in the field right now. Top 14 in round 2 scoring, third best stat fit. You know, we expect him to play better. Daniel Berger, I definitely expect to have a much better round. Has the better tee time, you know, the favorable tee time. He's a player that I would probably be going out of my way to play in round 2. I feel strongly about him as a play. We look at his round 2 scoring, 17th. That's actually his best round. So really don't be shocked if he goes out and plays much better in round 2. We'll look at Cameron Tringale here. Do like Cameron Tringale a decent amount. 46th in round 2 scoring, you know, top 15 stat rank play. He didn't play poorly, but he didn't play, you know, he's even par. He shot even par. He played fine. Or did he end up +1? He ended up +1. Wow. Okay. A little bit of a cut sweat there, but still, I think he's going to be a solid round 2 option for us. So yeah, Berger, Morikawa, Bryson for me so far. Niemann as well. You could go answer if you guys want to. I don't mind him as a play. I will actually just pull him up here. Yeah, I'm fine with answer as a play. You know, really strong in round 2 scoring. You know, grade out pretty well. Let's see. Let's go a little bit more crazy with this. Let's look at like players that are outside the cut that can make it push here. Top 60 or so. So we already established Daniel Berger. He's going to go out and play better. So Xander Schauffele has to make up probably 2 strokes here to make the cut, and I kind of expect him to. Definitely expect him to regress back. I think he's a strong regression target there. So like Daniel Berger, Xander, Patrick Cantlay, these guys are going to be strong regression targets. They're going to regress back to the mean, and their mean is obviously playing well. They're going to play well. So those 3 are, you know, strong targets for that. I'd be fine with those 2. James Hahn, he was doing well. What happened, buddy? He was like -3 on the going into the back nine. Interesting there. But yeah, we kind of get a good feeling for round 2 showdown. So, you know, if you're trying to, you know, kind of favor more regression targets, you go Berger, Xander, Cantlay for sure. Obviously Berger has the better of the tee times of them, but I don't go too crazy with that. Obviously if you can favor the morning tee time, but don't go too crazy with it just yet. And then we're going to be looking at Morikawa. Like him a lot. If you guys want to go with Webb, you know, I expect him to have a much better round as well. You know, just the best overall player in the model. I expect him to have a better round as well. But we kind of have a solid picture there of who we should be targeting. But now let's look at, hey, who's going to win? Let's get that W. So, like I said, last week we're on Bryson here for their win rank going into round 2. Let's see, you know, who's going to win potentially here after round 1. And it hasn't completely closed just yet, but we can kind of see. So Bryson actually popping up there a decent amount. You know, the worry with him is a player coming off of a win. And I said on the fades, shoulder shrug plays, value plays video that, you know, with Bryson, I don't know if we exactly have to worry with it as much with him, but there always is some sort of hangover effect with it. It's a little bit different heading into the players. Granted, I do expect him to play well. Maybe not that well tomorrow. We'll see. But if he is in contention come the 4th round, I kind of expect him to be able to close it out. First rated player for that. We look at Corey Connors as well. Playing well. And, you know, strong in round 2 scoring. Fine in round 3. Well, kind of fine in round 2 and round 3. We see that round 1 is his worst round. And then top 10 in round 4 scoring. So Corey Connors, we could kind of expect to potentially, you know, go out and win. I don't see Will Zalatoris going out and winning. But he's definitely going to be in contention. It seems like, again, really strong what he's been able to do on tour, guys. Really impressive as a whole. I mean, just every week he keeps popping up on my model, and I'm like, no, I don't trust that. And then every week he just, I mean, I play him, but not as much as I should be playing him. I'm like, all right, let's cap that ownership, because the model is just saying, hey, he's going to dominate. And each week he dominates. And I'm like, no, he doesn't have that course experience. Don't want to trust that, and keeps coming through. So, you know, I don't know, maybe he should be the shoulder shrug play every week because he keeps getting it done. We see Webb Simpson popping up there, and I think that's mostly just due to the fact that freaking he's awesome, pretty much. You know, top player, top stat rank, top in the model, great in round 2 scoring, great in round 3 scoring, really only struggles at round 4 scoring. So, you know, potentially could be in contention there. We look at Ryan Palmer, he's been playing well, no surprise there, top 2 stat fit, you know, overall been playing well this whole season. That makes sense. Let's see. Brian Harmon's actually up there, casually popping up there. I don't know. I don't know if I exactly trust that much, but Sergio's obviously in the top 10. We got Kyle Morikawa popping up there. He's really weird because like he sucks in events where he's not in contention in round 4, but then in events where he is in contention, he closes them out as we've seen. So kind of goes both ways there. If he stays in contention, he could easily go and win. Then freaking Justin Thomas popping up there. So this is where it's like, all right, do we want to hop on him? Because we know with Justin Thomas, the worry is really that opening round. Played well. He could easily go on and close it out. Then Emiliano Grillo, surprisingly rounding out the top 10 here. That is very interesting. We kind of see why. Round 2, round 13, strong in that. You know, okay in round 4 scoring. Strong staff at top 14, top 30 in the model. That's kind of surprising to me there, but hey, potentially, you know, that's some good opportunity there for you. And then let's just look at players, you know, not exactly playing well here that could go out and win as well. You know, Neiman, DJ makes sense there. Maybe Homa, maybe Casey. You know, these guys have to make the cut, but kind of don't be surprised if these guys go on and make a push as well. But that is all I have for you guys for this video. I hope you guys are able to get 6 for 6 across the cut line. If you are able to do that this week, I think it's going to be huge. So good luck to you guys with your Friday cut sweat. And as always, guys, let's keep cashing. All right, I'm out. Thanks for watching.